before this video even starts, I just want to apologise because I'm out of focus for the entire video because I'm an actual idiot and I didn't check. But yeah, hope you enjoy anyway. Soz. Okay, so I honestly don't even know if you can see me, but here we are. Basically, this video is about, if you didn't already know, I am 16 and pregnant. I'm going to start with talking about how I found out and all that stuff. Then I'm going to talk about my symptoms, and then I'm going to talk about... I don't talk much these days, so I get really out of breath talking a lot. And then I'm going to talk about how the dad is involved or is not involved. And then I'm going to tell you about this app that I've been using, and then I'm going to speak about my midwife appointment, and then I'm going to answer some questions that I've been asked on Instagram. I've decided it's probably a good thing that I'm out of focus because I look disgusting. Basically, we all know how you get pregnant, so I'm not going to explain that. We did use protection, but obviously something went wrong with it. How it happened, by the way, is because a lot of people have been saying to me, why would your parents let you do that in your house? They didn't. We weren't in my house, we were in an Airbnb. I'm 16, legal, yeah, my mind's everywhere, sorry. The legal age for sex in the UK is 16, so I'm not doing anything illegal. So you can't come and judge me for that, thank you very much. The reason I ended up taking a test, I found out before I missed my period because I decided to take a test because I was so in my head about it, and I was like, I'm pregnant, I can tell. Like, I just felt different was like a huge symptom for me. That was like the main one that had me like running to Asda to buy a pregnancy test. I was having so many symptoms, and I just decided I'm going to take a test. So on the Sunday before my period was due, it was due on the Tuesday, and on the Sunday I went down to Asda with my best friend who was stopping up here, and my cousin. But because we're stupid and we forgot that obviously Asda closes at 4. We got there bang on 4, and we walked in and she's like, no, leave. So we were like, are you joking? So we had to walk all the way back up the hill. It was ridiculous. But yeah, so the next day, which was a Monday, me and my best friend went back down to Asda. Bear in mind this walk is like 30-40 minutes, and it was horrible weather as well, so it was horrible, but we did it. And we bought the clear blue pack of 3 that's like, there's 2 line tests and then a digital test, and I decided to take the line test first because obviously it was a day before my missed period. You're supposed to take a pregnancy test when you miss your period, so I was like, it might not even come up positive if I am pregnant, so don't like, and if it, just calm down. Let's say if it was negative, don't like put all my belief into that, because obviously it could still be positive. And I actually did film it, but so I'll put that in somewhere. No,
Get a few more seconds if you want.
I'm not
ready. I'm not ready.
I'm sitting here.
I don't want to. I'm really sorry, guys. I posted it.
It's such a mess down here.
I was only going to ask this so I can put stuff down my throat. No, wait, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
No,
don't
look,
do it.
No, look, it's got that line. That's good. That means it's worked.
I'm not. You saw I look. I don't want to look. Actually, no. That's fine. I don't want to do that. I'm not ready. You don't need to look.
No!
You do it then.
Close to it.
I can have to.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, I don't think you get any clearer than that.
No!
I don't know what to do right now. I just kind of want to cry aloud.
I didn't think it was going to be like clear.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
Just found it.
came out positive, and then I was like dying to take the digital just so I could see it say pregnant on the screen. And I had been holding, because you're supposed to hold in your pee for as long as you can before you take a test, because then it's got the highest concentration of the HCG hormone that it can. So you're more likely to get a more accurate result. And bear in mind, this is what blew my mind kind of, because it had been 10 minutes since I'd last peed, obviously, to take the other test. And I ran back to the toilet, and I drank like a whole orange juice so I could go again. So it was even more diluted, and then I came back, took the digital, and it came up pregnant. That's when it kind of like was starting to hit me, but it didn't really hit me until we started telling people, so like my parents and things. So I'm going to do a whole other video about how I told my parents, how they reacted and everything. But I told my stepmom first, and then she helped me tell my dad, and then my dad and my stepmom helped me tell my mom. I'll explain why I did it in that order, but that's a whole other video. I am currently 8 weeks and sick days. Yeah. I'm currently 8 weeks and sick days. What is wrong with me? 6 days pregnant. So when you're seeing this, I'll be 9 weeks. The symptoms I was having were tiredness was a huge one that kind of like, that's what kind of set me off thinking about it, because when I got home, like the first week after I got back from the Airbnb, I would sleep from like 10 o'clock at night to like 9 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd go downstairs for breakfast, and then I'd sleep on the sofa from like 10 o'clock till 3 o'clock. And that's not normal for me. I can usually get by on like 4 hours sleep and I'll be fine, but it was just not happening. I'm not a very spotty person, so like when I started getting spots, like I've got quite a few now, I was like, oh no, like that's not normal for me. Just like brain fog, like what I've clearly got today. I remember I made up my bowl of cereal, and then I took my cereal that I had just made and I put it in the fridge. Not even like instead of the milk, I just put it in the fridge. And then I went and sat down and I was like, wait, did I have breakfast? No, it's in the fridge. Another one of the first symptoms was I was peeing a lot, so that's nice. And I also had really bad shortness of breath, which I still have now, and I was getting really bad headaches, and I don't ever get headaches either, so that was another sign. But then I took the test, and these are all after I knew I was pregnant. So my nausea started at about 6 weeks. I've not really been sick. Well, I have. I learned the hard way that I can no longer eat Weetabix, which I'm very gutted about because I love me some Weetabix. But hey ho. Because usually my nausea is just I'll feel sick all day. Like I'm gonna be sick all day, but I'm never actually sick. Saw that we had Weetabix and I was like, oh yeah. So I had 3 of the bisque things, what are they called? Because I'm greedy, okay, leave me alone. And then at about 11 o'clock I threw up twice. The next day I had 2 bisques of Weetabix and I threw up once. So then I was like thinking, So the next day I didn't have Weetabix and I wasn't sick. And I haven't had Weetabix since, and I haven't been sick since, so there we go. But other than that, I've not been sick, just morning sickness. Haha, I found this so funny because I'm editing this the day after this video, and I have been sick this morning without even eating anything. It's just, I can't eat Weetabix anymore, which is really sad. Another one that I've been getting is I've been really emotional. Like just today, I was going to start filming this video a lot earlier than I actually ended up doing. I couldn't find, because this camera, it has like a battery in it and you have to put it in a plug and then plug the plug in the wall and then it charges it, and you can't film on this camera unless it's like at a certain percent or something. So I tried to start filming and it was like almost dead, so I was like, oh. So then I was looking for the plug and I had a breakdown because I couldn't find it, and it was literally under my desk. I was like laid on the floor crying my eyes out because I couldn't find this stupid plug. But that's just me nowadays. Like that's like a big change for me as well, because I'm usually a very emotionless person, if that makes any sense. Like usually due to my depression and everything, I get to like a certain level of sad and then it go numb. Instead of getting to a certain level of sad and then cry, I'd just feel numb. So it has kind of been a relief to cry a bit recently, but it's not been a bit, it's been like a lot. Another thing that I've been getting is adrenaline. I don't know, adrenaline rush, I don't know how to explain it, but I on all the pregnancy videos I watched while I was like waiting to find out if I was pregnant, nobody mentioned what nobody mentioned this adrenaline rush that I've been getting, but this has only been since I've been pregnant, so it must be from that. Say like the way that my mum opens my door makes me jump now, like it, because she opens it like really fast and she's like and I'm like every single time, like even if I'm not doing anything wrong, which I'm never am. She only used to make me jump if I was like doing something I shouldn't be. I'd be like but it looks like I'm up to something, no, like, because every time she comes in I'm like when something makes me jump now, I get like this shooting pain through my chest, and I've talked to her about it and she says it's adrenaline, but it's been absolutely getting on my nerves so much. Like it'll just be something makes me jump, or if I like stub my toe on the stairs, I don't actually fall but it feels like I'm going to, so then I'm like ow. Or if even the smallest thing, like if I see something in the corner of my eye and I think it's a spider and I look and nothing's there, I still get that adrenaline pain. It's just not fun. Like I know it's preparing me to be a mom, but it's just painful and unnecessary at the moment. The last one that I've been getting is like the chills. Like this doesn't really make any sense at all, but like, you know when you just kind of have the chills and you kind of just get that feeling of like cold that goes over you. It's like that, like all the time. Not all the time though. Like in little phases. Like every day though. It's ridiculous. And like no matter how many hoodies or how many blankets I put on, I'm still cold because it's just like I get the chills. Like I had that when I went down to get my tea like a few minutes ago, because that's why I'm wearing this massive big hoodie. Oh. Also, please ignore all the washing on my bed. I'm going through my washing and doing everything. It's been a busy day, okay? Leave me alone. Yeah, that's basically all the symptoms that I have been experiencing so far. So I guess now we should talk about the dad. We were never in a relationship, like we were never official, I guess you could say, but we did love each other and we loved each other for a very long time. I've known him for a very, very long time. Yeah, we were never official, so there was no breakup or anything, but I told him after I found out, and he just said he's a really good guy and I still love him, but he doesn't want to be involved, which I understand, because obviously he's young still and he's not ready to be a dad and he doesn't want to dedicate his life to a child just yet. So I was like, that's fine, I can do this alone anyway, I don't need you. We did end up deciding to completely cut off all contact anyway, which really hurt, and I cried for a very long time after that, and apparently he did too, according to my other friend. That anyway, just right, so he's not going to be involved at all. Well, I've kind of decided that if he doesn't want to be involved and he doesn't decide to be involved before the baby turns 1, then I'm not going to let him be involved, even if he decides to change his mind, because I don't want to confuse the baby, if that makes any sense, and that goes for anybody. I don't want to say much. I'm not going to tell any of you who he is, because that's his. He doesn't want to be a dad, so he doesn't want to be associated with it, and I'm not going to ruin that for him. Yeah, so the app, it is called Pregnancy Plus. I am absolutely obsessed with this app. It shows you the little baby, and like what it looks like, whatever day you're at, what week you're at, and what trimester and how long you've got left. And it gives you like these little articles every day. Like mine today is coping with headaches during pregnancy, and you can put your appointments in, you can put your notes in, you can do your to-do list, and it like gives you like options. Like for week 8 it says book fitting appointments by maternity bra, all this. It has a lot of things that you can do, and it has like, it tells you the size of the baby. So my baby right now, when you're watching this, will be the size of a date. Yeah, and it lets you put pictures in of your bump. Like it shows you how your bump could look, like the woman on the app, and then you can put your own picture as well. So you can also have a little list of baby names. It shows you the timeline about everything. You can even have a birth plan. If you buy the full version, you can have a kick counter and contraction counter, and you can also do your hospital bag and what you want to buy. So I just think that's a really good app. If you're pregnant, definitely get it. And I'm going to talk about the midwife appointment. I have to go in, put my little sign in on the machine.
Then what?
Go to the office.
Then what?
Go to the... I'm saying it!
Then what?
Get my prescription! Let me talk! Yeah, when you told me when I sit down, put hand sanitizer on.
Okay.
I'm not going to stand there in front of the receptionist's face like... And then sit down, cry, and wait for my name to pop up. And then get lost trying to find the room.
When's her appointment?
Was it 1/4 or 10 past?
Quarter past. Oh yeah, what we're having for tea? I've been craving mash for like 4 days.
So yeah, we'll have mash.
Yay.
Yeah, I love mash.
I love putting my meat in mash.
You still need to... Right, it's 5 past. Do you want to be going in and getting yourself logged in and stuff, checked in?
What if there's nowhere to sit and I have to like sit on something to eat? That old man, he might have it.
Whiplash.
No, coronavirus.
Ricocheted.
Yeah.
Why is that funny? My poor little baby had ricocheting all over the place and you're laughing.
You're just a weird man.
Oh, I'm scared.
It's fine.
Oh, thanks. I feel so much better now.
Go on then, else you're going to be late.
It went a lot better than I thought it was. I was really nervous. I did go on my own because obviously I don't have a partner. And I do want to do this alone. And obviously I could have brought my mum in and I will be in the later appointments, like for the scans and stuff, but for the midwife appointments I do want to do it alone because I don't want them to think that I am, I guess, like dependent on my mum and I need my mum to go everywhere with me and talk for me, and I don't want them to talk to her instead of to talk to me. So I'm happy I went on my own and I'm going to continue going on my own. I went in and she's really nice. My midwife is called Emma. I have her phone number and everything in case I'm worried about anything. What I was worried about is how they were going to treat me due to me being 16, and she didn't even mention it. She just asked me questions about myself, medication I'm taking, and just like if I smoke and stuff. She just asked me those kind of things, and then she measured my height and my weight and worked out my BMI, and my BMI is perfect, she said. She said it's 20. I don't know what that means, but I am 6'2", so hopefully I'm stopping there. Yeah, basically she just went through all of that kind of stuff with me, and she gave me this folder full of like these leaflets and stuff. I'm gonna go through that with you now because I love it. It's so cute. Oh, this is my wee pot because I have to take a urine sample with me at my next appointment, which is on Tuesday. This was just my booking appointment, so it was about half an hour. My next appointment is my next appointment is my booking appointment, which is going to be an hour long because they have to take my blood and do all these other tests and stuff, and ask me about my medical history and the dad's medical history and everything like that. So that was going to be a bit longer, and that's going to be with the other midwife who is called Emily. There's also a lot of free samples in here which I'm absolutely in love with. I'm not sure what this is. It's just like a little cardboard tube with like a thing in it. I'm going to ask somebody, but I honestly don't know what this is. She didn't explain it or anything, so I don't know if I'm supposed to do anything with it. But she also gave me the maternity team's contact number with her number on it, and basically everybody in the maternity like team that I can, with all the numbers that I can call for like anything that I'm worried about. So that's also really helpful. I've got this thingy, and it basically just gives you 30% off your first grocery shop, free deliveries for 3 months, and a free gift for a pack of wipes. So I mean, anything I can get at this point is perfect, so that's amazing. She also gave me this other app that I can get, which also gives me like a free mum to be pack from whichever shop I go to, which I'm very excited for because I need that. There's also Bump to Baby, which is all about like what you should and shouldn't be eating, just all stuff about your diet really, and breastfeeding and stuff, which I'll talk about that in another video. But so far I've decided not to breastfeed for many reasons, but I'll make a whole other video on that because I know people are going to be very judgmental, but I have my reasons and I'll happily share them. So, oh yeah, there's also pelvic floor training exercise, whatever they're called. And it's so that I can still control my bladder after I've had this baby. She's so nice. She was like laughing with me and everything. So I was asking about the possibility of there being twins because I'm tall, but obviously it's very unlikely because they don't run in my family. She's like, it could be, like, it's not impossible, but so I was saying, my friends were like, you're really big for 7 weeks, like, could it be twins? And she's like, well, just tell your friends it could be twins, but stop being mean. So yeah, these are all like midwife sessions that I can go to, but she did say that most of them aren't running because of the coronavirus. There's this, which is more contact information, more phone numbers and stuff. She was, obviously they are supposed to do this, they test your breath for, like, it's a carbon monoxide screening, which they're not doing at the moment because it's all about breathing or something and we don't want to spread the coronavirus or whatever, so we haven't done that yet, so we're going to be doing that at a later time. She also gave me this like little weekly guide to my pregnancy called Emma's Diary, and they give you like a lot of free stuff, like, and like a lot of codes and stuff on their app, like to get money off of baby things, so I'm very grateful for that. Yeah, there's also this she spoke to me about, which is about like the shots that I'll have to get. So the flu shot is for, like, they have a flu season when they do them, so she said that that'll come back around later and I'll have that when that comes back around, and the whooping cough or whatever you call it, that I'll have that after I'm 20 weeks, so I don't have to worry about any of those yet. And she gave me this leaflet about the Gynecology Assessment Unit, the GAU, I almost said the GAU, and the Early Pregnancy Unit, and basically she just said that if you have any pain / bleeding up to 16 weeks, call this number and they'll book me in for a scan and make sure everything's okay. She also gave me these free samples of Mamma Mio tummy rub, like it's stretch mark cream basically, and you just put it on I think every day, and it helps prevent the appearance of stretch marks. Obviously I don't want to get stretch marks, but I mean it's something that's going to happen, I'm pretty sure. It's very likely to happen and I've accepted it and I don't mind it because it's just, you know, shows that I've grown a human inside me, like, get on my level. She also gave me these, I'm guessing they're pads, yeah, always. So they're like, it's a free sample in there, it's big. Whew. And there is also the sample of prenatal vitamins, but I can't take these because they are big and they do make me sick. Look at that, they're huge, and I can't swallow tablets, so I do have to chew them, which makes it 20,000 times worse. I'm already struggling taking my folic acid, which is over there. And then there's this free sample of, what is it called, laundry detergent, that's like for babies, for baby clothes, to make it like for sensitive skin and everything, so I'm really happy about that too. So that's everything that she gave me. But then what is that? Like, what is that? Like, I don't know what that is. Can I take it out? Is it like quarantine? I don't know. Like, ugh. I forget my pee pot. First question is, are you hoping for a boy or a girl? Honestly, I would be really happy with either. In my like plan in my head, I was wanting a boy first, but now that I'm here, I kind of want a girl first, but I also really want a boy. Like, I just, I don't know. I honestly would be so happy with either. So I'm like really happy that I'm in that place and I'm not dead set on one gender, because then, well, I don't know, but all I know is that I'm really excited for either, so. Next question is, how were you that big for 7 weeks? That's unusual. Yeah, so here's actually a funny story. I announced my pregnancy at about 7 weeks and 4 days. Well, what I thought was 7 weeks and 4 days. But it turns out my stupid self had actually done it all wrong, because when my app asked me for the first day of my last period, I put the last day of my last period, so it calculated it all wrong. Because I thought I was 8 weeks and 2 days today. But then I went to the midwife and she asked me the first day of my last period, and I told her and she said I'm 8 weeks and 6 days. So I'm 9 weeks tomorrow. So obviously that doesn't make much of a difference, but it is all about how my body's doing so much, like obviously to build this baby. When you're pregnant you have 50% more blood in your body and you retain water a lot easier. I don't know. There's a lot. Okay, there's a lot going on, so. Are we allowed to see the scan is the next question. Yes, I will be posting my scan pictures because I'm going to be so excited. I'm not going to just keep them in here in my room. I'm going to want to show them to everybody. I'm so excited for my scan. I'm booking my scan on Tuesday, so that's really exciting. Was you scared to tell your parents? Terrified. And when I say terrified, I mean terrified. Luckily though, my experience wasn't too bad at first. And I'm not going to explain it all now, because if I say something in this video that's going to make somebody in my life seem really horrible until I explain it in full detail. So I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to make a whole video and tell my parents. So, I mean, if you want that, I'm going to make it anyway. How did you first start realising you was first pregnant? I think I answered that in this video. Just like the symptoms and everything that I was experiencing, I just didn't feel the same. I felt really different. I just felt, I don't know, I just felt different, and I just kind of knew. When do you find out the gender? Like I said, 20 weeks scan. I'm currently 9 weeks, so 11 weeks time I'll be finding out the gender, and I am planning on having a gender reveal party. So, and my cousin has asked, will you please name the baby Jordan if a boy and Jordan if a girl? No, Jordan. Jordan is not in any of my name lists for girl or boy. It used to be my girl name, but I don't like it anymore. Sorry. So that is probably the end of this video. I'm going to be making a video on, as I've said about 4 times, about how I told my parents. I'm going to make a video on why I've decided to not breastfeed. I think I'm going to make appointments. I think I'm going to make videos on each of my midwife appointments and my scans and everything. Unless it's just a small, like, go in and be like, hi, how are you? Good, thanks, bye. Like, I'm not going to come in and be like, so I walked in. Like, I will do a video. I'll do videos on the long ones, because if anybody watching this is like me and they're watching this because they're nervous about their first midwife appointment and they don't know what to expect, that was me. And it always, because I've got really bad anxiety, and it always really eases my mind to know exactly what's going to happen. So I understand that, and which is why I decided I want to do it this way instead of waiting until 12 weeks to announce it, because then I'll have already had my first things and I will have forgotten it by then. So I just wanted to share my whole journey. I want to share my whole journey about my pregnancy, and yeah, so that's why I decided to announce it so early. But it's looking good. We're at 9 weeks and everything is looking fine. So I'm very, very happy about that, and I'm very excited. So yeah, that's it. That's it. If you enjoyed this video, please, I don't know, do whatever you want. Honestly, I don't mind what you do, but I just really hope that you enjoyed. Leave any like comments or videos that you want me to do, because most of my videos will be about the baby things now, because I have literally about 20 videos that I have filmed and not edited or posted because they're all terrible and I look disgusting and I'm not very energetic because obviously I've been really nauseous. But yeah, let me know if you want me to post them. But I'm going to be posting a lot more regularly now because I feel like I have something to post about. So yeah, I'm very excited for this, and I hope that you will join me on my pregnancy journey. And yeah, so I'll be sharing every single step of the way, no matter what happens. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. I don't know what to do for an outro. Bye!